Ministry of Finance has informed citizens that they are free to submit their valuation forms, and members of the public were out in their numbers on Tuesday to do just that, even with a court ruling that they are not compelled to submit the forms. While the leader of the opposition is ascribing this action as reckless, as she accuses Minister Imbert of attempting to undermine the judicial process. Janine Brown has more.
The Ministry of Finance sent out this release on Tuesday morning, informing citizens that they can in fact submit their valuation return forms. It follows Justice Frank Sipasad's ruling last Friday at the High Court, which put a halt on the proceedings and an adjournment of the state's appeal of the decision on Monday. Based on the activity at the Valuation Division office in Port of Spain, it seems citizens heeded the ministry's advice, as several persons were seen both collecting and dropping off their documents. Some of them shared why they chose to submit the forms despite Justice Sipasad's ruling.
You're bound to pay tax. How we will live if we don't give the government money to support road, house and land and water, do everything to help us out.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, but I still doing my part as a citizen, and let the government them do their part. Because when the time come, I don't want to be rushing and think whoever it is win the court matter.
Before I was born, tax supposed to pay, and the next thing, if you don't pay revenue, how you expect the country to work?
For me, make sure better than cock sure. So, I ain't seen no problem in filling out the form and dropping it in. I ain't think I have anything to lose.
But opposition leader Kamla is not at all pleased with the latest development. In a statement released on Tuesday afternoon, Mrs. Pasada accused the government of what she describes to be a shameless attempt to hoodwink citizens into voluntarily submitting themselves to a valuation process in the face of a strong legal challenge which seeks to have the court declare that the entire process is unconstitutional and illegal. But former government minister under the People's Partnership Herbert Volney weighed in on the matter, saying government can issue whatever statement it wants. He said that the latest statement shows the government is confident that it will win the appeal against the opposition.
The government's advice is in order. It just means that the government is going to have to if the appeal succeeds against, they're going to have to give people a little more time, rather than find yourself in the rush. And even if it means that the matter goes back to Parliament, one way or the other, I suspect that the whole issue of regularizing the tax, whether returning it to what it had been previously before the period of amnesty, so to speak, eventually the government is intent on implementing some sort of government property tax.
The double appeal of Justice Sipasad's ruling will be heard at the Court of Appeal on June 6th. Janine Brown, C News.